Congratulations, first of all, for making such an amazing film like this and then being part of the 25th edition of IFFK.
I'm
Uh, yeah, in fact, it's not just being part, you're upright too.
yes.
To start with, how do you like to introduce yourself? Like, while I was looking at your credentials, I understood that, I thought that it would be wiser to ask you whether to be introduced as a filmmaker or as a regional Assamese filmmaker. We are all aware that cinema has got the language of cinema is cinema itself, but then I think you know the difference between a regional filmmaker and a Bollywood filmmaker. So, how do you want it to be?
Yeah, see, like as a filmmaker, I started my journey with actually with dramas. Like, we did lots of theaters in earlier in my life. And later I came to Mumbai and I started like, as an editor, film editor. So during that time, I met Mr. Janu Barua, 14 times National Award winning filmmaker. And I started working with him. And during that time, actually, I realized about the, about cinema, actually. I could see lots of cinema. And with him, I got to learn lots of things. So in that process, I could visualize things. I could write things. Then I made a couple of stories and screenplays. And during that time, because he is into in a different kind of cinema, because he's into off-beat cinema. So definitely, as an assistant, I started my journey with Azak Junaki Jilmil, that is an Assamese film. And then I made this SIA Jahan. During that time, when that SIA Jahan got box office failed, and that time I could realize that that importance of box office. So then I when that couple of producers from Assam, they wanted to make films. Then I thought let's explore in commercial cinema. So I made Bohniman. So in that commercial aura, so I could feel myself some kind of comfortable. I don't know, maybe that people liked my films, and that's why through Bohniman I made couple of commercial cinema. But I always as a filmmaker, I always into a deeper side. So some subjects I thought I should make it, and that's why because of my inner feelings, I wanted to express my inner thoughts. So then I started with Fehuz Ali, that is in 2017. Then in 2020 I made this film. So in a way, I am actually comfortable with both the genre, and again I'm just making an epic film in Assam. That is one of the biggest budget films in Assam.
I think we'll talk about it maybe in another question where I actually wanted to ask about your future projects. Okay, so you'd like to be called both, meaning you'd experiment on all genres. That's what one should understand.
Yeah.
So your journey is quite long, I guess, at the age of 28, if I'm not wrong, 2007. So that was when you came up with your first film, and then you have more than 10 films to your credit. And then how do you rate your journey? Like, what do you think about the journey? Do you think, what our concern is, was the takeoff really hard, or is the sustenance, which is harder?
Yeah.
Or was it an easy thing for you?
See, as an independent cinema, because I would definitely as a filmmaker, I would say I am an independent filmmaker. Though I have lots of producers, the producer wants to work with me, but still I would say I am an independent director. That through this journey, because you must be aware about that whole scenario of Assamese film industry. So during that time, when I started, I was little confused, because the kind of the funding and all, it was very difficult. So it is till that it's a roller coaster life, because if you have a very limited budget, you have to make that film within the budget. And so I it was really difficult for me to to get the funds initially. Then yeah, so but during once I started to do the making commercial cinema, then I could immediately got my producers and all. So the journey was definitely difficult. And even in God on the Balcony, I wanted to have almost wanted to shoot for 2 days, 2 more days, but due to the budget thing, I could not shoot it. So it's a very difficult thing for regional filmmakers, but still we are in a space where you can express your thoughts, express your views. So I think I'm in a better place.
When did you realize that it's going to be this is your cup of tea?
For God,
drama and acting, right? But
yeah.
then, how did you enter this filmmaking?
See, I wanted to be an actor, basically, in earlier in my life. But when I approached lots of people, they rejected me everywhere. So I thought actually it's not a cup of tea. So that's the reason actually I came to Mumbai. And when I actually this is my once I made Janu Barua, it actually turned my life. After meeting him, then only I could realize my actual values in my life and what I am and what I can do. And now, as a filmmaker, as a person, as a human being, I think filmmaking is the most comfortable, place for me to express my thoughts and views.
In a way, it's a sweet vengeance to the people who rejected you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So now coming to the film, for me, this film is something like holding a placard against this fallacy called development by a nation, especially at a time when we have all the peasants out there falling dead on the street. And then for me, it's that. When I watched the film, I felt it like that. So anybody who watched the film, they would have come up with umpteen number of other interpretations, for sure. But then I'd like to know what is the creator's perception? That also should be one of the interpretations, right? So how would you analyze the film? Or what way are you trying to say through the film? What is the film God on the Balcony to you?
Yeah, see, initially I wrote this subject in, I think in 5 years back. I started this journey with I saw one of the news is in in the national television regarding Dana Mazi, I think from Odisha. So he had to carry his wife's dead body for almost 10 kilometers. Then immediately it disturbed me a lot because as a filmmaker, I felt and since I am from Assam, lots of places in Assam till that it's going through all these things. I have seen this. So being a filmmaker, I thought let's bring this subject to the larger audience. And at the same time, I thought that how will I make this film, because it's a journey. So it is very difficult for me as a screenplay writer and as a filmmaker to bring this story into a different level. So during that time, I met Mr. Sunil Shetty from Bollywood. So he wanted to make a film with me. So when I met him, so I narrated the whole story, and he liked it, and he wanted to make the film on that particular subject. But once I wrote this screenplay, then I realized he is not the person whom I am actually looking and whom I am imagining. So despite being a good opportunity, I dropped the idea and I stopped it. And finally I made this. So this is actually, it's basically if you watch the film, so I have mentioned a dialogue through this daughter of the main protagonist, that we all live under the same sky, but why our lives are so different? Why are we not equal? So this question normally asked by the poor people and the unprivileged ones. So for them, that question is God has made such differences with us. Always the poor people always have a complaint about that. So I related this film as that God is sitting on the balcony, and he is watching us, that whole human drama from the balcony. So
With no involvement,
sorry.
with no involvement, just watching us struggle, or God in the balcony means God doesn't intervene.
Yes. So I somehow from this whole thing, I wanted to show that perspective. And second thing, it's about that media, because in Assam, I have seen lots of things through media, and that whole people, how that people react to all these things. So there are lots of things I wanted to put on this particular thing through God on the balcony. And that whole that village I have shown in the film, it's basically the place where I am shooting. The same people are suffering like this only. So real place where we shot the film, and the same people whom actually we wanted to showcase through the film.
I actually explain the question that I had asked earlier. God watching from the balcony means God is just an onlooker. God doesn't intervene, or for that matter, let's say the authorities, they don't intervene. They are all mere onlookers out there in the balcony, just watching all the activities. So is there something like that in the title? God, detachment of God in the, I mean,
God
not
is
being involved.
God is some kind of onlookers, And the second thing is basically what I felt because the ground level, the ground reality of our lives, human beings, are different. So maybe in this world now, God also is some kind of he's also confused whom to give the equal platform or this thing. So in a way, now God also doesn't know about their problems, their situations. So in a way, God is always up, and he doesn't know about the ground reality of human beings.
Yes, God belongs to the upper strata, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of a illusion.
So the balcony is very suggestive.
Yeah.
Now, another question is, why, if this is from a woman's point of view, I'm a little sensitive about this. So why is the wife in the film so stereotypical? Like, she doesn't have, it's a protagonist who actually leads the action, and then you have a daughter instead of a son. Could that also be adding to the difficulty of the protagonist, or trying to highlight his heroism, because he has got an additional burden of having a daughter instead of a son? So now, on another level of interpretation, I felt that this is the protagonist who is a male, and then you are dealing with a male, and you are talking about the difficulties that a male has to confront, because you have his friends, they are all portrayed, but you don't have the woman's friends. You find her always in the kitchen, and then in the midst of all the domestic chores, which is again very stereotypical. And then you have the daughter. This is my reading, I'm being a little critical because I'm a woman.
Yeah.
So you have the daughter who doesn't even know that she has got to feed the lamb in her hand. So it is again the man who go and fetch the leaf for the lamb. So is it because that you are a man, or would you try to bring about any change in the usual narrative pattern of filmmaking?
Yeah. So basically, definitely, because I have chosen the film through this male's perspective, definitely. But it is reality of this particular society where we have chosen the subject. But in the film, what I believed in the film, tried to show in the film, the families, they are very happy. They are happy, and that Numoli is also happy. She doesn't have that complaint about her husband. They have like small this thing, and since I would say like that father, he's like he's some kind of wiser. We have shown in the film because like that her his daughter asking about the cycle, and he's like trying to give her a good good life in a way. So through this film, definitely I have not like I did not think about that female or male perspective, but as a film, she contributed her happiness through the like through the family. So basically I did that, I think.
I would not have asked this question to somebody else because I asked you this specifically for the reason that I came to know that your future films are again based on women, strong women. So that's why, how come you didn't notice the voice of this woman? Why is this woman so typical? That was why I asked this question. And then another thing is, if you'd like to comment about that, your women-oriented films which you're planning to make.
This is actually now I'm working on two films. One already, one film has already like I have done with the film. Now we are in the editing process. That is called Bumba Ride. It is about the educational system in rural India. So it is a missing language film from Assam. And another film, the government of Assam and like the Sutia Student Union, they are producing the film. It is one of the biggest films in Assam till date. That is called Hoti Khadani. Hoti Khadani, she was like is a queen of Sutia dynasty, and almost in 1135 till 1540 or something. So we are like trying to capture her like film on her life. So I think like people will love the film, and it will be a very big film.
Okay. It's going to be a period film. We are all waiting to watch that.
Yes.
Another question that I would like to ask is, would you like to make any kind of difference, if at all, in the kind of films that are already being made in filmmaking or in the society at large? I'd like to connect it with the question with this film in particular, but we'll come to the second part of the question after what you'd like. Would you claim that you have already made a difference, or do you wish to make any difference in the usual kind of the conventional filmmaking, or again, the society at large? Do you think there is any possibility that you have changed already, you have a claim, or whether you really wish to make any change?
See, as a filmmaker, I have lots of responsibility towards society, definitely, I would say. And through my films, because the people love my films, because I'm grateful to that, that people from Assam, they love my films. And so through the films, be it commercial, be it offbeat, I try to like, give some kind of message or some kind of social responsibility through my films. Because only cinema medium, I can express my thoughts and like, say my view, like, express my views. So definitely through my films, I would always say, if like, from my films, if society can be changed, or maybe it reflects towards the society, then I'd be, as a filmmaker, I would be happy. And like, I have raised lots of things like in Boniman, that was a commercial cinema, but I raised the voice about against the illegal migrants through the commercial this thing. Even in Rocktobies, I have raised lots of questions towards the government. And in Femuzali, where I have shown the like about the disease of dementia, how a couple like they face it's a real life incident. So I saw it in the film. So through God on a Balcony also, I tried whatever you have seen the film. So as a filmmaker, I think like, we have to do it. And because it's a strong medium, so people will definitely get connected.
So the second part of the question was, Did this film in particular have any kind of repercussions? Like, did it spur any activist movement, or was there any governmental policy or order being made where new roads being built, or what is the condition of those people now? Have the status changed in any way? Did the film actually do anything towards that?
See, there is no government and nothing to connecting with extremists or something. But it's it's a very human story. I wanted to narrate through the story, and definitely, if now people of Assam have not seen the film, if the government of Assam or maybe that the other organization, if they see the film and do something towards the society, because lots of places in Assam where I have brought the story, they don't have the bridge to cross the villages. If lots of places I've been to those places, so it hurts me as a filmmaker. So if through my film, government give some kind of attention towards those people, because they are not only about about hospitals activity, and they are lots of there are no school, nothing so I feel we should do something, and government also should do something towards the classes.
Now, what, according to you, was a great film? Like you've said, the aesthetics definitely has got social commitment. As far as what you've said from now, that's what I gathered. The aesthetics carries this kind of social responsibility on the part of the filmmaker. And do you think it should essentially be political? All the great films should be political, or do you think that great films you would discuss only about not the content, you discuss only about the technical aspect of the film? So what, according to you, was a great film? The content, or is it the form, or is it together?
See, definitely that maybe for audience, for some people will feel about the content, but as a filmmaker, because who have seen the film, they said about the how I made the film. So how technically and that script wise or everything, all the technical aspects. So I would say content is since I normally as a filmmaker, and I don't want to say it content, because I wanted to show the reality of this the whole people. So but I feel if I make it very simple way, then people will not watch it, or maybe they will not find this thing. So I had to find out something interesting, so that the people can hook in the film. Normally I now that that film has been selected in lots of festivals, but I initially I thought people of Assam only could see the they will watch the film.
Okay, I think it's time that we conclude. It's by 3:30, I think we'll have to end up the session. So anything that you would like to comment, anything that I haven't asked you? How has this pandemic affected your state of affairs? Did it hit very hard? And now, what are your plans? You have already discussed about 2 films in a row, but then anything else? Like, you were planning to release this film, probably it was because of the COVID, it got postponed. So
yeah, actually we are planning to release in in October this year. And definitely during God on the Balcony making, it was very difficult for me to complete the film because of this COVID situations. And I have been here in Mumbai for almost 19 years now. So I do all these technical aspects here only, technical things. And only I go to Assam for the particular shooting only. So basically during lockdown, it was very difficult for us to complete the film, because as I said you, and I had to sometimes I had to go to the this sound designer's studio, as an computer engineer. So I had to pack my bag because they did not allow. Only they allowed a computer engineer or maybe carpenter or something. So I had to go to the DI people's house, as a carpenter. So it was very difficult and it was a interesting thing for me. And pandemic had, as a person, I felt made me realize lots of things about this world, about this nature. So now responsibility has been it's increased as a person, as a human being. So I think God on the Balcony has this film has given me lots of things, basically.
So I think it's time we conclude. It was great talking to you, and I expect we meet shortly personally, maybe after this pandemic is done. And then I would be looking forward to those women films, and then I'd be looking again forward to
And
the
you should watch Boomba Ride also. You will love it because I have shot the film. It's very real because I all the actors I took from the streets. So all the actors. So you'd love to watch the film.
No, actually, I think because we are running short of time, otherwise I would have asked this question, or I would ask this question personally. Why did this your protagonist compromise on the ethics to buy a bicycle?
Sorry.
Why did he compromise on the ethics? You sound like a man of principle. So I just wanted to ask this: how did he buy the bicycle? Why did he compromise his ethics?
Because of the love towards his daughter. Because actually through these scenes, I wanted to show their love towards the family. Because his wife and that initially before the bicycle, there's a scene in the on the bank. Yeah. So where he expresses his about his bicycle thing. So that's the reason he thought, because initially he opposed his principle, he opposed while discussing with the friends. But later on, when he felt about his, then he decided to compromise through this particular thing. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. So shall we conclude?
Yeah, surely. Thank you so much for having me.